Insecurity is a problem all over the world. All countries are passing through a lot because of human failure. God created humanity to dominate the earth, everything, but human beings tend to dominate their own brothers and sisters, and that created insecurity. And today, human beings are running from one place to another because of their own brothers and sisters. And when I was looking and thinking about this today, I remember what I wrote in this book titled Positive Mentality for the Cameroon We Want. Positive mentality for the Cameroon we want. And then I went through it, and then I looked at the root causes of insecurity in Cameroon. And then they are all the same in many countries all over the world. And today on TFA Talking Point, we are going to talk about it. One of it is illiteracies of life. If this is your first time joining TFA Talking Point, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on all our social media platforms. TFA Talking Point is all about proposing lasting solutions to societal problems. And if this is your first time, drop your own comment. One of it is illiteracies of life. I am not talking about illiteracy as we know, that you don't know how to read or write. I'm talking about you are a professor. You know how to read and write. You are the first in your class. You have never failed an exam. But you are still illiterate. You are even a president of a country, but you are still illiterate. Our life is concerned. And that the main reason, this issue of illiteracies of life is the main reason why people will take over power. And instead of thinking about the people, they are thinking about their own pocket. They are thinking of what they will take. They believe that taking so much, they will never die. They will never go anywhere. They will live forever. They believe that it is so much that they will take that will make them and give the name. And it goes ahead. Because when you are educated, you will know that the children of the poor that you refuse to train will never let your own children live in peace, or even you live in peace. Look at the world today. We are having all kinds of terrible people all over the world. And people are asking, where are they coming from? They are coming from the people that you neglected, you refuse to train, you refuse to give them school. They are coming from them. Many people, because of illiteracies of life, believe that life is all about what they have. That if they have money, they can buy security. No. You can be a house that nobody can get into. You can be driving in a bulletproof car, but you will not remain inside forever. Those guys that will refuse to train them will meet you somewhere. And you living in such building, driving such car is because there is insecurity. And you are paying for it. So illiteracies of life is one of the main root causes of insecurity all over the world. The next point is a foreign influences. If you look at all the countries all over the world, you will discover that at least 80% of those countries are not independent. Nearly all the 54 countries in Africa are not independent. They are still under colonization, most of those countries, because they cannot freely do things on their own without European Union intervening, without America coming in. They have no choice. They have been praised and occupied. And this is a reason behind numerous insecurity. Because the leaders in all these countries, in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America, all of them are struggling to please powerful nations instead of pleasing their own people. They are using the taxpayer money to show and satisfy their powerful nations at the detriment of their own citizens. Another point I came to discover, and I wrote it in this book, is laxity on the part of the government. George W. Bush said, I quote, "We do not create terrorism by fighting the terrorists. We invite terrorism by ignoring them." This is exactly what is happening in most countries. If you look at using Cameroon as an example, you discover that 95% of Cameroonians have been pushed away by the government. They have no access to the national cake. They do not benefit from the taxpayer money. They are the one paying the tax, but they do not benefit from it. Only 5% Cameroonians are benefiting from those that the government has selected. The rest are neglected. The government cares about them. They do not look after them. They do not care about their need. And these people, out of desperation, out of frustration, out of poverty, out of hunger and anger, turn to create problems. People turn to create means in order to survive. And one of it is to involve in activities that will leave all the country insecure. That will leave the country insecure. Power struggle. Power struggle is one of the issues behind insecurity. Those who are in power and those who have little money are struggling by all possible means to raise their status at the detriment of others. Instead for them to use what God has given them in order to help other people in the society, or to give or to use their position in order to save the citizen, as the government, maybe they joined the government, they decided to use that position in order to maltreat the citizen, trample upon them, use the taxpayer money to fight for position and live luxurious life and to maintain themselves in power. This is a cause of insecurity, unemployment. When people are without focus, when people are idle, the devil will use them. Poverty is even the worst. Because when you are in lack, that you do not have things, you do not have food, you do not have this, you desire this, you do not have any means of having it, you will do anything to have it. And insecurity, you will involve in things that will allow many people, will involve and will cause a lot of insecurity and problem all over, because you want to liberate yourself from poverty. There are a lot of them here, but we'll be talking about it gradually. So if this is your first time joining TFA Talking Point, subscribe to our channel.